Yo, what's up everybody? This is Junior Chicken here with another PokeVlogX. Got 47 hours, 27 minutes into Pokemon X, as well as 2 more gym badges this time. I kick Team Flare's ass, and got a bunch more Pokemon along the way. So I continued down Route 10, and faced a few more Team Flare grunts, who were of course still mad at me for thwarting their plans at Glittering Cave. I was able to beat all of them. I made it to Geosenge Town, which is apparently the town of stones. And I think I was able to find Team Flare's secret base, but I can't get into it at this time. Then I met up with Karina again. Last time I saw her, she was on Route 5. This time, she let me face off against her 2 Lucarios, each at level 25. So my team was a bit underleveled, but thankfully I was able to pull through thanks to Prey Libre being on my team at the time. And I continued on to Route 11 to face some more trainers and beat them. While I was on Route 11, I was able to catch 4 more Pokemon. I caught myself a sock, which actually was really hard to catch. It has a 45 catch rate like pseudo-legendaries, and I needed to have Pokemascot on my team so I could use its static ability or Thunder Wave to paralyze it, but eventually I did catch it with a Nest Ball and name it Chopman. I was also able to catch another Staravia, and once again I named it Confidence 2. Every Pokemon that I have in Platinum that I catch in Pokemon X is probably just going to have the name of the Pokemon in Pokemon Platinum, plus a numeric successor, like 2. And I caught 2 Nidorans. The male Nidoran I called Hunter, and the female Nidoran I called Protector. This is based on their roles in nature as male and female, I guess. After a bit more training in Route 11, I was able to get Magikarp to evolve into a Kadabra. I also was able to use a Thunderstone, which I obtained in Geosenge Town. I used it to evolve my Pokemascot from Pikachu to Raichu. Before I made it into Reflection Cave, I was able to evolve Dressler into Kirlia. And I gave it an Everstone just in case it hit level 30, so that it wouldn't evolve into a Gardevoir, because I want it to be a Gallade. Then I continued on through Reflection Cave, which was a bit of a pain, seeing that I was a bit underleveled for the trainers, and there were some Pokemon like Wobbuffet who are just annoying to battle because they might destroy your team entirely if they use a particular move, or there were certain Pokemon like Mr. Mime or Carbink who had high defenses and took a while to take down. I was able to catch 3 more Pokemon from Reflection Cave though. I caught myself a Rock'n'Rolla and named it Unbreakable. I caught myself a Sableye and named it Gemlin. And I caught myself a Solosis and named it Pro-Life. Anyways, that aside, I had to bring Dirt Bunny with me into Reflection Cave because there was a block that I had to use Strength on in order to get out of my way. Thankfully, I was able to have Dirt Bunny train a bit more so it could become Diggersby. Once I got to the end of Reflection Cave, I went to Shallor City and met up with the rest of the crew. Tierno actually gave me an intriguing stone before I headed over to the Tower of Mastery. And from there, the gang met up with Karina once again, and the successor of the Megastones. And it looks like me and Serena felt like we were the only ones worthy of the Mega Rings, so we had to fight for it. Serena had a Braixen, but she also had an Absol and a female Meowstic. Thankfully, I was able to pull through with my team and earn the Mega Ring. From there, I decided to face off against Karina in the Shallor City gym. And her gym is actually really cool. I forgot to mention the last gym, which was kind of a rock climbing gym where you went on a rock climbing wall to navigate yourself through the gym. This here was a roller skating rink where there were rails you could ride on, and you had to face against all 4 roller skating trainers in order to face Karina in the end. I was actually really trying to get Creepster to evolve into Malamar while I was in the Shallor City gym. And eventually I was able to figure it out by flipping my 3DS upside down while it was evolving. And at level 32 I was able to evolve Creepster from an Inkay to a Malamar. And even though I had some struggles with Dressler, because admittedly Kirlia has pretty weak defenses, I was able to pull through and make it to face off against Karina. She had a Mienfoo, a Machoke, and a Hawlucha. I used my Hawlucha to take out the Mienfoo. I got Dressler to take out Machoke, or weaken Machoke a bit, and then I had Creepster, my Malamar, to finish off the battle. And from there, I got the Rumble badge, so now I can use Surf outside of battle And I got the TM for Power Up Punch, which has a low base power, but it increases your attack every time you use it. And from there on, I decided to go back to the Tower of Mastery to get my Lucario with the Lucario Knight so I can Mega Evolve it. So I made it all the way up to the top of the Tower of Mastery. I was able to chat with Karina, and she gave me the Lucario with the Lucario Knight, and I named it Fistman, because this time it's male. So I have 2 Lucarios now, Fistman and Aura Woman. Aura Woman's going to be the special attacker, while Fistman is the physical attacker. Simple as that. My Lucario faced off against her Lucario. I should have gone for a Power Punch, or at least a Bone Rush, because I decided just to try and boost my attack with Swords Dance, and she took me out with a Power Up Punch. I made a dumb call, but you can't win them all. Once I was done at the Tower of Mastery, I gave the Intriguing Stone to one of the NPC hikers, and he gave me a Sunstone, which I gave to Drink Boy, and he evolved from a Helioptile to a Heliolisk. I decided to do some trading to level up a few of my Pokemon, using my brother's copy of Pokemon Y and his 3DS. From there, I was able to evolve Meringue Pie into Slurpuff. And I was able to evolve Magic Kid 3 into an Alakazam. Before I made it to Route 12, Serena was nice enough to give me the Surf HM, which I quickly gave to Bucktooth to learn, because Bucktooth 2 is my HM slave. I focused on a team of Pokemon that were strong against grass types once again. I had Famosity, Blue Menace, Helldog 2, Thirsty, Ms. Speed, and Ray Libre along for the ride. However, since Miss Speed didn't get any stab moves yet, I decided to swap her out with Confidence 2. On Route 12 though, I started to realize why people dislike Miltank so much, because it was one of the most annoying Pokemon to battle on that route. Sure, there were also Chatots who would use chatter to confuse you, but Miltanks, I was able to catch a few more Pokemon. I caught myself a Slowbro and named it Silly Derp. I caught a Pinsir and named it Tough as Heck. And I even caught a Tauros and named it April. I also got myself in a horde battle with a bunch of Mareeps, and I caught one of them, and I decided, since I couldn't really think of a name, I decided to go with Dookie Shed and name it
Tesla. You know, after Nikola Tesla.
I also accepted a Lapras as a gift from another NPC, and I named it Lockless. While doing a bit of training in Route 12, I was able to get Ms. Speed to learn Ancient Power, and it evolved into Yanmega. I was also able to get Helldog 2 to evolve from Houndour to Houndoom. One of the NPCs in Coumarine City actually gave me the Good Rod, which may actually come helpful later on. I don't think I'm going to use it like right now, but I might use it to catch a few Pokemon that I'll use competitively. I did do some traveling up to Azure Bay just to get some items and such and check out the Sea Spirit Den, which is relevant later in the game when you're catching the legendary birds. After getting my Pokemon to about level 33, I decided, okay, now I'm going to go to the Coumarine City Gym and face off against Ramus. I had to face off against Serena first. Thankfully, I was still able to beat her Braixen, female Meowstic, and Absol in a battle. The Coumarine City Gym was pretty interesting too. It had ropes all over the place. Certain ropes you would swing across to get to the other side, and some ropes you would have to climb up, and it all formed a maze where you'd face Pokemon trainers and try to get to the top where you face off against Ramus. And Ramus was actually a bit tougher than I expected. His Jumpluff actually took out my first Pokemon. He also had a Go-Goat, which was to be expected, and he had a Weeping Bell. Thankfully, my fire, poison, and flying team was able to clear through all of that and pull off a victory. And so we got the plant badge and the ability to use fly outside of battle. Ramus also gave me the TM for Grass Knot, which is basically the same TM I got in Pokemon Platinum with the Grass Gym Leader. So once I cleared the Coumarine City Gym, I changed up my team again, but this time to be strong against electric types. So I had all the ground Pokemon that I pretty much had at the time. Those being Badass, Guardianite, and Dirt Bunny. But I also got the 2 dragons that I caught before, Hyper Yoshi and Ratchet, and of course, Underdog, because grass is strong against electric attacks. So I made it on my way to Route 13, but I can't get into Lumino City because there's a power outage. Guess who's causing it? Yeah, it's Team Flare. I had to face off against Team Flare in the power plant. I need a little help from one NPC that was selling fresh water, and while it was a struggle at first, this happened.
Wait a minute, Underdog. I remember when you were a nice cute little Chespin, and then you evolved into an awkward looking Quilladin, but now it's time to go for the final evolution. Now you're a chest.
And from there on, Underdog was pretty much plowing through the team, even if he needed a little help from his buddies. And from there, I was able to get my badass to evolve from Sandile to a Crocodile. Then I faced off against Elena, one of the admins of Team Flare, and I was able to beat her and bring power back to Luminos City. While there were some annoying Doug trios that I would face in the Luminos Badlands Route 13, I was able to find a Gibble. Even though I was able to get to pretty low HP and it was nighttime, it took me 3 Dusk Balls to catch. And I named it Jet Shark 2. I decided to have her replace Underdog on my team because Underdog was getting at a pretty high level that would be too overpowered for the next gym. So I trained with Jet Shark 2 a bit and she evolved into a Gabite. I was also able to get Confidence 2 to evolve into Star Raptor. Once I made it back to Luminos City, Shauna came up and she got to see the lighting of the prison tower with me, which was basically done by Clement, the Luminos City gym leader. But I still have some grinding to do on Route 13 to get my Pokemon to about level 36 this time. I still feel this is a pretty impressive journey. And right now, I'm berry farming once again, that berry farm next to Camphor Town, so hopefully I can get some good berries with me on my journey. So right now, my team is Dirt Bunny, who's at level 38, Jet Shark at level 32, Badass at level 37, Hyper Yoshi and Ratchet are both at level 28, and Guardianite is at level 36. My girl Jet Shark 2 has Dragon Claw for a stab as well as Sand Tomb, but Dragon Claw is much more powerful. It also has Slash and Takedown as normal types of attacks. Dirt Bunny has got Strength for a normal stab and Dig for a ground stab. It's also got Rock Smash, which I taught it. It's not necessarily an HM, but it can be helpful in getting items and facing certain Pokemon. And it's got Agility to increase its speed. Badass has got Sand Attack to lower accuracy, Torment to prevent Pokemon from using the same move 2 times in a row. It's also got Dig and Crunch for stab moves. Ratchet's got Leer to lower the opponent's defense. It's also got Assurance, which is a dark type move, False Swipe, which should be helpful when catching Pokemon, and Dragon Claw. Hyper Yoshi's got Ember as a fire attack, Bite for a dark type move. It's also got Focus Energy to increase its critical hit ratio, and Headbutt as a regular attack. And Guardianite has got 2 stab moves, Magnitude, which varies in power, Shadow Punch, which always hits. It's also got Iron Defense to strengthen its, defense, and Dynamic Punch. Boom! But its ability is Iron Fist and not No Guard, meaning that it's going to be a powerful punch, but going to have a low chance of hitting. Those of you who are wondering what my man Underdog is rocking, he's at level 39 and he's got Seed Bomb, which is a physical grass attack. He's also got Pin Missile for a move that can hit a certain amount of times, Bite, a dark type move which will take care of psychic types, and of course he's still got Rollout to take care of fire, ice, bugs, and flying. So that's it for today's PokeVlog. Just to let you know, I have purchased Omega Ruby, and it's looking to be a pretty awesome game. I have only started a little bit of it, like a tiny bit of it, just so I could get the shiny Beldum. I'm gonna wait a while before I start playing this because I still have to complete Pokemon X. So you're gonna have to wait a while before you get a PokeVlog Omega, but as soon as I'm done Pokemon X, I'll get straight to Omega Ruby, and you'll be able to see my PokeVlog Omegas. Hope you're looking forward to that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Get jazzy on.